What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day we're going to start the teardown, the 2019 Mustang that we have in my garage with a blown engine. Yes, had Speed Addict 731 over at the house last night. Ultimately decided to tear the car down, do the engine swap in my garage. You know, it's definitely going to be easier on a lift, but we want to be able to just showcase that it is possible in your garage. So time will tell if we're making the right decision or not. Like they say, there is nothing to it but to do it. So let's go. Okay, so just to paint the canvas of what is about to happen, what you guys are about to see over the next coming few videos, is ultimately we need to pull the engine transmission out of the front of the car. Basically what that means is we're not going to lift out of the top like this. What we want to do is rip the entire front of this car apart. So basically you have this one big gaping hole here, and then we're going to jack the car up, lift the car up as much as possible, but ultimately we want to be able to put the cherry picker in, grab the engine once we have everything unbolted, and then slide it out the front. We are not, however, going to roll it out on the front wheels. Strip the suspension off of this side, that side, but the reason is because we have this new K-member here from BMR. Links in description for this sweet looking drag race K-member. It's supposed to save like 36 pounds or something crazy, but here we have the new short block. Yeah, we got it wrapped up so it's sealed. You want to keep this stuff out of the elements as much as possible until you're ready to start working. Same with the heads we have over here. We're going to get started with the drive shaft first. That's got to come out. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of work, guys. I'm not even going to front. You know, it's all for your viewing pleasure that it is possible with a little bit of time, patience, and effort in your garage. So let's go. This is one of the great things about jacking rails. These are the BMR rails. So you can basically lift from the center right here, and then you support along the rails. It's pretty sweet. Okay, guys, we're under here messing with the drive shaft still. Pretty easy to get this thing to rotate. You just put it in neutral, take the e-brake off, and then you can twist it by hand. Also, guys, make sure before you drop your drive shaft, they're going to be marked generally. You have like a painted section here and then also in the back. I've already rotated mine so you can't see it. If you don't, make sure that you mark the orientation on the drive shaft. So just put like a mark here and then back here. That way it just helps you to align this thing back up whenever you put it back in a position. Do-do-do. 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 Come on, baby. Don't hit me in the face. Don't do it. Oh, why are you being mean? There we go. There we go. Leave this thing is flimsy. Piece of shit. We need a drive shaft, a proper drive shaft, sooner than later. Hell Horse Performance, when you watch this video, let's talk. Yeah, we need a little bit more of an upgrade. Cool thing about the 1080 is we don't have any of this stuff to really take apart. And this is, of course, your shifter going into the upside of the car. But you can get to everything right here. And then when it comes time to drop transmission, it's super, super easy. We're not there yet. So what we got to do now is go to the front of the car, start ripping all of it apart. On the upside, it feels good to start turning wrenches again. I know that's kind of what this channel was known for, is all your do-it-yourself wrench turning in your garage. I am not a mechanic by any means. I've just been toying around with cars, you know, my entire life mostly. But this is the worst that I've ever had to deal with. This is new to me, swapping an engine from something that is blown up with something that is not. But the cool thing is, when we actually get to this point, Speed Addict 731, who is, I believe, one class away from being a certified senior master mechanic, Ford mechanic that is. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to be here to teach and supervise me a little bit, because, you know, every once in a while we do need a little bit of help from time to time, because we are learning, and that's what we're trying to translate on this channel and also in these videos, is that if I can learn, you guys can learn, we can do it together. Yeah, that's ultimately why, again, we're not using a lift, just so that, you know, we can do things the hard way for your viewing pleasure, hopefully. So if you are enjoying this video up to this point, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on if you would like to see further updates, because once this thing is complete, It will be twin turboed again, twin comp 6467s. It is a hellhorseperformance.com twin turbo system. It's his own kit. It's an oilless turbo, which is pretty cool too. And the cool thing is that Jeff, just built a dealership twin turbo car 2020 just like this. Same everything, except this one had a twin pump fuel system for ethanol, which we don't have. But on 93, the thing made power. Insane. I mean, we're just going to talk about the efficiency of the kit. This car on ethanol with a twin pump system, everything is going to be apples to apples with the car that they just dynoed and this one. Dynoed at 1,050 horsepower and a whole lot of torque. Once we put the same fuel system in this, I mean, we're going to be quad digits all day long. I am so very excited to have a 1,000 horsepower car. Doesn't mean we're going to drive around a daily 1,000 horsepower. Absolutely not. But the cool thing is about turbos is that you can turn them up and you can turn them down. So now, drive shaft is out. We're going to leave all of this, the engine and transmission, alone at this point. Everything here is going to just stay for the time being. However, though, we are going to pull these wheels off, start separating the suspension from the K-member itself. But all this is going to come off too. We're going to get the radiator and the condenser and the intercooler and all that stuff out of the way, this crash bar, everything. Hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to see, if we get to that point, this entire front of the car is going to be gone. It's going to be taken off. We've never gone this extreme with this car. And here I am just pulling things apart. So hopefully we can get it back together though. We don't want to make mistakes. That's not the point of this. Vehicle does have magnetic ride. You want to take apart as much as possible. Took the end link off here for the front sway bar. That one loose there, and then also here. Now, what we got to do, I disconnected the speed sensor here. Something that I like to do, a good habit, is kind of put some of these screws back in position wherever they belong. That way you don't lose them. Now all we have to do is separate the strut from the spindle here, and all we got to do is put, like, I think it's 19. Let me see, what is this guy here? 24 is going to be too big. No, 24 is it. Take these loose, hammer out these guys here, separate the spindle from the strut, and then this whole piece right here is going to come off of the vehicle. We're going to have to take it off anyway, because eventually we're going to transfer it to our new sweet looking BMR K member that we introduced in the beginning of this video. But we're smooth sailing at this point, and then we'll jump to this. That's going to go pretty quickly. This is as most as I've ever taken off a vehicle. This is, for me, pretty scary. I don't know if you guys are feeling the same thing in the video watching, but for me, this is terrifying, but it has to be done. I'll completely take the nuts off, get them flush with the end of the stud here. So I got a 3-pound mallet. There we have it. Not too bad. This is what we're left with. This K-member, I believe, is going to delete the sway bar, the front sway bar. This is a drag specific K-member. There are certainly other companies out there that make like more road course applications. You could probably still road course with it, but you really need a front sway bar, honestly. This is more for straight line performance from BMR. The cool thing is it costs like half of the money. So I would argue the fact that no, at this point, I don't think it's going to accept the front sway bar. But in the interest of going fast and straight line, you don't need it anyway. Now, we get to jump to the other side. Don't need to really film it. Then we'll jump to the front and let the fun begin there. So that's going to be probably a little bit more complicated, but we shall see. I want to point out a couple of things that you need to know that I've missed. So hopefully you've made it this far in the video. If your vehicle looks like this, you do want to come back here, disconnect your fuel. Otherwise it's going to shoot all over the place. So you don't want that to happen. We are going to have something special here on the interior to get rid of this mess here. So stay tuned, because something cool is coming. But I don't know yet if I'd take the headlights off. I would, yeah, I'm gonna have to. All of this stuff is gonna come off. I'm gonna have to support the hood in a different manner, or take the hood off again, even though I just put it on. Yeah, so getting this BMR crash bar off here. This is pretty cool. If you do the front and the rear, which I have somewhere over there, you can save 22 pounds additionally just going to these. Again, links in description to save you money and also free shipping on a bunch of stuff. Now we're to pause again. So something we didn't really think about is your Freon here. You can vent this to atmosphere. However, pretty sure it's illegal to do that. So, and it's expensive to refill. So what we're gonna do is phone a friend with a mobile kit to transfer to like a canister. Yeah, we want to be safe about it. There we go. So complete dissection of the front of this otherwise new, pretty much new 2019 Mustang. Barely any miles on it. This is what my baby looks like, all ripped apart. I tell you what, this looks really extreme. So long as you don't forget the bolts and stuff like that, just organize them, keep them in bags, do whatever you want. But I know everything is, so we're gonna organize a little bit. But the next video to come, you're gonna see us hopefully dropping down the K-member on the jack stands and all that. We're gonna get a cherry picker and lots more stuff to come, shenanigans, if you will. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's easy enough, just nuts and bolts taking it apart. Getting it back together like it was supposed to have been from the factory is a whole nother thing. So that's one of the reasons why we document everything on YouTube and video, is so that we can also, as creators, reference our own stuff when we go back and, you know, we can't figure out where a bolt goes. No, I'm just kidding. Again, stay tuned to the channel for all the updates to come. This is it, guys. This is it. Not too bad. About 3 hours worth of work, and we completely dissected the front end of the car here. So yeah, so out with the old, and then very soon in with the new, and then back to the twin turbo life. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You made it this far. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on so you can see how this thing comes back to life once we get finished. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.